You can go ahead, introduce yourselves.
Okay, my name is LOL Jamie at LOL Jamie1 on Instagram.
My name is Fernier, Fernyer on Instagram and all other platforms.
So both of you guys live in Marietta. Did you guys go to the same school or were you in the same group chat?
I go to KSU. I used to go to Harrison High School. Shout out Harrison.
I don't go to school. I moved here from Missouri specifically to do music. So,
what was the influence behind Vinny?
Oh, behind fucking Pick 'em up. I don't know. I was making the beat, and then I was really like into DS2, like Future, like Dirty Sprite 2, and I was thinking about like free codes and like Serve the Bass, and when I heard like the melody, I just got like Billy, and it's like it kind of just goes from there. Like I don't really write anything. I kind of just like spontaneously sing whatever's like.
You produce right?
I produce pretty much everything I make. Yeah.
How long did it take you to get used to having everything in the pocket and everything?
See, the thing is like I started producing before I started rapping. I originally wanted to be like a rapper, but I wanted to be like on some like spiritual, lyrical, like Kanye shit. But I thought about it and I'm like, I'm gonna make my own beats because it's like no matter what, I'm always gonna have like a better idea of what I want to do than what somebody else wants to do. So it's like I'm not gonna pay somebody to give me a product that it's like not exactly what I want when I want it. So I figured out how to make beats, and I was like making beats for like a good like 3 years before. So it's like I kind of had like a decent idea of like rhythm and shit. So it's like finding pockets and shit was kind of just like getting comfortable. It's like I knew the pockets to hit, but it's like I had to like be comfortable to hit them and like be comfortable to hit the notes that I knew I had to hit. If that makes sense. So,
I feel like you'd be good with computers. Other than just music, just like I feel like you'd be good with IT, hacking, or some shit.
I'm not like hacking. I've been on computers like my whole life. Like that's all I.
So have you built a computer before, like a PC or some shit?
With my dad. Yeah, my dad's a computer engineer and he's a coder, so he does all of that stuff. But I kind of built off of that. He showed me the computers and I did my own thing. And I'm like on the more creative side of it. And like learning other softwares definitely helps with everything else. If you know Photoshop, it'll be easier to get into FL. Everything is like all software.
Because I use like Apple to build that, all that shit.
Yeah, and it's all like it all helps each other. Like you learn different things from each other. Yeah.
So did y'all think it was like a calling or some shit for y'all to do like creativity? Like why not just have a day job? Why not just become a manager at Kroger? Why pursue your dreams? You know what I'm saying?
okay, so like LOL Jamie. LOL means lover of life. You only have like a certain amount of finite time on this planet, and it's like I don't believe that there's necessarily like a purpose to any of it. I think that the only reason we're here is to live. So it's like if you're blessed with the day, like you wake up, you have air in your lungs, you can walk, you can do things that make you happy. Why wouldn't you pursue them? It's like so many people, they're preoccupied with doing things that they feel like other people are telling them to do things that should make them fulfilled, whether it be like financial shit or like social shit. But it's like it's not truly what they love doing. So it's like when you love doing what you do, you're gonna connect with people that you fuck with, and you're gonna connect with people that you like genuinely have a connection with, and like you can work with and collaborate. And like this is like my fucking real life brother over here.
Oh yeah, no.
Like me and this nigga, like we fucking been through it. It's crazy. But I don't know if I would call it like a what did you say? Like a spiritual thing?
Yeah, or like a calling.
Like a calling? I mean, kinda. I guess you could say that. So,
yeah, personally, I just feel like there's so much shit that happened that just ended me up here. I don't know if everything just flowed, and then I just ended up here. I don't think that I wasn't thinking about it that hard, you know?
It's like every moment, like every time that you're doing something, there's like infinite number of possibilities that could have made you not be there. It's like if you're here because like there was like a certain path that you chose, and it's like that's the path that you're on, so you gotta fucking stick with it. So it's like everything happens for a reason. It might not be like designed or anything, maybe it is, I don't fucking know, but like it happened for a reason. Like, everything happens for a reason, you know, cause and effect.
Did you guys get bullied in school? Because I see like you a big motherfucker. Like you barking up.
I used to
feel like every time I see you, you get bigger, man.
Thank you. Hey, I appreciate that.
So you do it for like confidence, or you just do it just to do it?
I used to be a fat nigga as a kid. So like, yeah, I never got like bullied because I was like a funny dude. But it's like nobody took me seriously. It's like people would be like, oh shit, he's in the class, like kind of cool, but it's like they're not really like I wasn't like getting invited to stuff. Like I was just like a dude who was like cool to like hang around. So like I definitely started doing it for like confidence, but now I kind of just do it for more like spiritual, like self-fulfilling type of stuff. It's like first it's good to start off doing stuff for other people, but like you want to eventually start learning how to do stuff for yourself because like you genuinely love it.
What do you think about the shit that's going on right now? You know, like the weird shit we just talking about.
See, it just kind of comes down to like niggas just like overreacting to stuff and like taking stuff too personally. I think a lot of times, like I think a lot of people, like a lot of problems in the world will be resolved if people just kind of like had genuine empathy for other people and realize that it's like everybody's circumstances are different. Everybody comes from their own backgrounds. You can't. There's like a limitation to this because like then you can't judge anybody. But it's like at the same time, you kind of just have to learn how to like put shit aside sometimes and like not take things personally and not take things to like an extreme level where like violence is like the only option. So that's kind of like basically all I can say.
Are you Caucasian? Or are you remixed or something?
I'm Caucasian. I think my background's like French and German mostly.
Are you bilingual or are you just speaking?
I just speak English.
Are you influenced by culture?
Not. I wouldn't say so. I don't know, dude.
I don't know anything about your background.
I don't really like know too much about my own background, to be honest.
What about you? Are you into like Egyptian culture?
I kind of am a little bit. I need to read up a lot more on it, but they have like it's like a very interesting like worldview, like spiritual system. I definitely want to like look more into it, but I don't know. I'm kind of inspired by like a lot of things. I'm inspired by like various like historical figures and like mythological figures and different philosophies and worldviews. So I kind of like take a little bit of everything and like use it to form my worldview and like the message that I want to spread and like the feeling I want to give off and like just all types of shit.
Are you paranoid?
Am I paranoid?
Yeah, because I mean you're a rapper, you're a black rapper, and you know they always get targeted and shit. You know, like you never hear about white people. White people die of drug overdoses, car accidents, old age, cancer. No offense to you, but you know it's like black people are always get targeted. It doesn't matter what you do. So,
No, I mean I can't really say I'm paranoid because it's like I come from like a very privileged background, so it's like I truly might not fully understand what it might be like to really face like true discrimination based on your skin color. So like I said, I'm like blessed to come from like a place where it's like most people aren't gonna be like overtly racist, like not like violently at least. So I can't say I'm paranoid of it. Plus, like I said, I try to like genuinely practice like a lot of empathy, and I try to like genuinely treat people like however the fuck I would want to be treated. And like I try not to see things that are like superficial, like concepts like race that like aren't technically even real. It's like a thing that's used to divide people. I'd rather like look at things that are internal and like actual character qualities. But like I'm always gonna treat people with like the same amount of respect no matter what. There's always like a baseline level of like human respect that I feel like every person deserves. So it's like I don't feel paranoid because it's like I feel confidently that if I just act that way and if I treat people how I want to be treated, people are most likely gonna treat me how I want to be treated. And if they don't, I can just get out of the situation. Like there's like tons of like red flags you can see before it even comes down to that type of shit. So
why would if a label likes you, like they're like, yeah, I'll have you open up the comedy, but first I'm gonna need you to.
see, that's a
I have like a horse throat. You know, I can't really talk to her, so I'm gonna need you to come a little bit closer.
Oh shit.
So we can talk. No, I'm just playing. I'm just saying. I'm giving you an example because you know, like there's a lot of gay shit that goes on in the industry, so they might try to bug brag or like have you do like.
I mean, the thing you just gotta like. As corny as it sounds, you just gotta stand on their 10. Like, if you got 10 toes down, you're true to yourself, you're doing what you wanna do, you're not making moves that you feel like pressure to make. It's like, you shouldn't be put like in situations, like you should never be like scared to miss an opportunity because you should always be confident in like what you can do for yourself. It's like, you you shouldn't have to like wait for people to do things for you, or you shouldn't have to like wait for. It's like connections are great and everything, but it's like at the end of the day, you can't depend on a label to do anything for you. It's like I can't see myself signing unless I have like a genuine reason to. It's like I don't really like Russ that much, but like he's like a very interesting person. Like he says like a lot of good things.
I think he's independent too.
He is.
Tory Lanez.
That's like that's the thing he like talks about like all the time. It's
Like,
like I don't even
hate on him, but you know.
I don't even like his music, but it's like I fuck with like I read his book and everything. Like I fuck with Russ because it's like he genuinely pushes artists, independent artists, to be independent. Like he tells them it's like, look, you can do this shit yourself. You don't need like labels to do this for you. It's like you have the internet, you have like access to the whole world, like in your fucking like here, like in my phone. You got like the whole world at your disposal. You don't need people to do shit for you. So it's like as long as you remain conscious of that and you don't feel like you have to do anything, you're straight.
So you as a producer, do you guys use tags? Cause you know like niggas like to steal beats. You're like, oh, your beat is fire, I'm gonna use that shit, but they don't give you credit. So like, you guys use tags or some shit? Like, how do y'all manage that shit?
I mean, I used to have a tag that was like, you know, somebody saying something, but now I just use a sound. Like it's like a sword slash, and that's what I use because it's like it shows that it's like my beat, but it's not like overbearing. But you could like if I were to hear it, I would know that it was my beat. You know.
I don't even sell beats. Like I pretty much only make beats for myself. Like every now and again, I'll like give a beat to a friend, but like I've only sold like maybe 2 beats in my entire like life, and I've been making music for like 5, 6, 7 years. So.
What you try to do every genre, or do you just focus on one thing?
I mean, I do a lot of stuff. Like right now, I'm like really trying to get into like prog and like electronic because I want to like push the sound as far as I can take it. Like I want this to be like bigger than trap music. I want to make stuff that like sounds like it could be like a soundtrack to like movies, and like I want to make like genuinely beautiful music. And it's like, so no, I don't really stick to like one thing too much. I made like electronic songs. I made alternative songs, I made trap songs, I made fucking hyper pop songs. I mean, like, I make a lot of different shit. So.
If you guys could make a, like, the mayor or some shit, like, someone in Tokyo hit you up and like, yo, I want you guys to make your own community, what would that look like?
Oh, man. Like, you want first, or you want me to get first?
No, that's a good question. I don't know.
Basically, I would advocate for like a heavy socialist system where it's like everybody kind of sustains themselves, but there's also like a strong communal aspect to it. Because I feel like when cities expand, you start getting less and less empathetic for people. It's like that's a big thing I'm talking about right now. It's like I wish I could think of like a better word for it. It's like not repetitive. Like, the larger a city gets, it's like the less people you know. So it's like it used to be like there was a time in human history where it's like everybody knew literally everybody. It's like, it's the same, you grow up with like the same 50 people, you know everybody in the village, and it's like everybody has like there's like a commonality. And it's like, I feel like cities are great because it's like, you have a lot of diversity, you have a lot of stuff, but it's like, you also lose that aspect of like, people knowing each other. So I would really want to focus on like, making sure that it's like, everybody has like a role in society that they fulfill. It's like, helpful. And it's like, it does something for somebody. It's like, but it's also difficult because like you want to provide like a safety net for people. It's like you want to help provide for the people that like you look over, but it's also like you have to let people do their own things and figure out life for themselves. So it's like I don't know. It's a very tough question. I've never really thought about that. I don't want to be involved in government. But yeah.
You guys are you guys into clothes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
The character customization.
Yeah. Are you big on like personas and shit, like your image? And all that shit?
Not really, but like there's definitely, I feel like you can create something based on what your interests are that isn't, as long as it's still you know,
Right.
but you can make it like a slightly exaggerated version of yourself by doing that. So
You guys think you can survive in the purge? Like the purge would have happened right now.
I'm too soft to do
yeah,
that.
realistically probably not, but I could tell myself I could.
So I mean, you like it.
I mean, here's the thing, bro. Like, if you tell yourself you can do something, you can probably do it. A lot of times when people fail at something, it's because they already failed, like in their head. It's like a fail to plan, or it's like fail to prepare, prepare to fail type of shit. It's like, if you tell, like I was just talking to my friend Spencer about this, shout out Spencer, and it's like, he was saying basically like, we were talking about tattoos, and it's like, if you come into getting a tattoo and you talk about like, oh, it's gonna be like the most painful thing in the world, it's like yada yada, it's like, I don't know if I can do this, it's like, you're probably psychologically, you're already preparing yourself to want to fail for that, but it's like, if you tell yourself like, this is some bullshit, it's not gonna be nothing, I'm just gonna get this and get the fuck out, it's like, your brain is like a lot more powerful than you think, and it's like, if you are able to tell yourself and like really believe that something is gonna happen, you're gonna work towards it, and you're going to take better steps to like genuinely achieve that. So I don't know. Yeah, I think yeah, fuck it, I can survive the purge. Fuck it, yeah.
Would you guys change your gender? Like, would you be a female?
Nah, I mean, I'm comfortable with who I am. So.
Yeah.
So you guys, are you interested in wearing makeup, cross-dressing, or anything like that?
I'd be open to it. Like, I don't. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really care. I'm just kind of me. I don't really sacrifice that for anybody.
So what happened if a brand, like, I like your image, but maybe for my brand, like Gucci, right?
Yeah.
They wanted you to model for them or some shit, and they want you to wear a dress. Would you wear a dress?
If the dress was fine, probably.
Would you wear a dress?
Yeah, like if it looks good, like, yeah, no, I don't care, like. Yeah.
But you know, like, the thing is, like, Hollywood, they have the tendency to put black people in dresses like Medea, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, it's like the thing they do, you know? Just to make fun of the niggas, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, they have a tendency to do shit. I don't know if you notice that shit, but, you know, it's like, I don't know, like, the whole gay agenda and all this shit. I mean, I understand, like, people could just be them, but, like, they're pushing shit, you know?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's like, at the end of the day, it's like, do whatever makes you comfortable. So it's like, you can very easily not do that. Because it's like, maybe that is compromising for you. And it's like, that's all good. But it's like, at the end of the day, I feel like if you're doing whatever it is that you want to do, shit, if you're doing like whatever it is you want to do, there's no like embarrassment in anything. Because it's like, how's a nigga gonna embarrass me for telling me who I am? It's like, you can't embarrass me for telling me I have like blonde hair. So it's like, no shit, I have blonde hair. It's like, if I'm genuinely comfortable with doing anything, there's no real embarrassment I can get from it. But that, I mean, that's just like, everybody has like their own standards. It's like, some people would like never wear like these shoes or some shit. There's nothing like wrong with wearing these shoes. It's just like, it's not for everybody. So that's kind of just my opinion on it. But
Would you rather cut off your foot or not be able to talk?
oh fuck,
The rest of your life?
cut off my fucking foot. I didn't even talk.
You guys
I'm
know sign
talking.
language?
I don't know sign language.
Are you interested in learning like a different language? Like, say if you convert, like you got to where you want to be, right, in the music shit.
Yeah.
You're like, shit, I don't know, maybe I want to read a book or fucking learn more about like, you know, about like Egypt and shit, reading up about it. Like, what else y'all niggas
Yeah,
wanna?
like if you know, when the time comes and you have more free time, yeah, for sure. Like I would definitely learn another language. Yeah, it's very helpful.
You said you was in Kings?
Yeah.
Oh, what you studying?
Right now, I'm in software engineering, but I'm thinking about switching it over to like information systems. It's like kind of more or less the same, but it's like a little bit more like administrative type of stuff. It's like less technical. It's like more theoretical shit.
Where are your parents like begging you, like, go to college or you're gonna get kicked out?
Oh yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. It's like people from like people that age, like they have like a very like weird conception of like fulfillment. It's like, I don't really care. I've had like that discussion with him like a lot of times. My whole thing is like, I kind of just view it as like a way to supplement income until I can make music my main thing. Like, I know for a fact that's not what I want to do in life. I know for a fact that's not what I'm gonna do in life. And so it's like, I'll do it as long as I have to do it. But like, as soon as I don't have to do it, I'm not gonna do it because I don't have. It's like, I just don't care about it. So
That was the thing when during the time I was gonna graduate, like, I don't know, do I want to make my mom proud or do I just want to do what I want to do?
yeah, man. I mean, it's just tough because it's like that's what everybody's faced with, especially like nowadays. It's like you have so many options and you have so much shit going on with the internet where it's like you could do anything you want, but it's like people don't really believe that. It's like people have told me like, oh, you're never gonna do this, you're not gonna be, you know, whatever. You know, like statistically how unlikely you are. It's like, who gives a fuck? Like, just do what you fucking like doing.
Try, bro, like,
Literally, yeah. And if here's the thing that's cool, if you try, and you genuinely love it, you're gonna get better at it. And if you keep getting better at it, you will succeed. It's like you don't have to be successful. Like I don't. It's like it's not like a thing you can put like an expiration date or a time on. Like you can't expect like you can't. It's not something where it's like you put in X amount of money and you expect to get X amount of money back. It's like you got to be willing to like genuinely like go without for like a long time, because it's like if you genuinely like it, it's what fulfills you. The monetary stuff isn't even what matters. It's like I genuinely get so much joy from making music and having people enjoy my music and like seeing how it makes people feel, that it's like that's enough for me. I don't need to make money. Like it'd be cool to make money off of it, yeah, but it's like that's not my goal. So it's like just keep pushing yourself and like never sacrifice your ability to get better and like learn things. That's like the biggest thing. Just like always be open to learning.
You ever ran away from home? Or like cussed out your parents or some shit?
I mean, there's definitely been times where I was like extremely upset with my parents. There's a time before I left, like during high school, where I was like, it was really bad. Cause I had a girlfriend that was like really abusive. So like,
mentally? Or like?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I won't get too deep into that, but yeah, definitely mentally abusive. And so, you know, you can see a relationship that's like that from the outside, and you can be, oh, well, it's obvious, you need to do this, just leave. But it's not that easy when you're in it. So I would get really upset with my parents because they would tell me to leave, and yeah, so I definitely.
Do you like how do you handle your emotions with your parents? Like, can you talk to them, or do you watch your tone or some shit? Like, can you say anything about your parents?
Now I can't because I mean I live all the way across the country from them. So now I'm like I enjoy talking to my parents. I enjoy seeing them. It's like, you know, I look forward to.
Yeah, I only asked because like I used to hang around this one dude, this homie that was white, and I was at his house. I was sleeping over his house or some shit. We went upstairs like to get something to eat. He was doing some shit. I think he was talking about witchcraft or something. His mom was like very religious. And they got into it. He started cussing out his mom and shit. I'm like, oh shit. And for me, it's like I find it very sort of, not to be like stereotypical, but like I feel like that's shit that like people do, like disrespect their parents or do. Because a lot of white people that I knew from school, like they were doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was just wondering like if he was on the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I love my parents. Yeah, I really do. And, you know, the rest of my family as well. So.
But you're not in school, right?
I'm not in school.
They never like force that shit on you.
No, I mean, yeah, no, because my dad's an entrepreneur, so like I kind of saw that growing up and was like, I don't want to work for anybody, you know? I don't want to do that. So I mean, I definitely thought about going to college, but there was nothing that I was like, I really wanted to go to college to do that, and I think they respected that, you know, and they wanted me to move away because of, you know, shit that was going on, because I think it's safer out here, you know, than it was back there for me. So,
what do you think your other self is doing right now in the parallel universe?
oh fuck.
Both of y'all can answer that.
Niggas fucked up.
Yeah, probably on some sort of hard drug, because that's what. Yeah. I don't know, man. That's what about you?
Shit, I probably just would have like been scooped up by like some like high school football coach or something. He would have been like, "Get on the field, son." And I would have got on the field and I would have like played. Maybe I like would have got like a decent scholarship for it if I like tried. I don't know, probably something like that.
You have siblings? You have siblings?
Nah, it's just me.
Is you? Who are you?
Oh yeah, I have siblings. Yeah, I have a brother and 2 sisters.
Do you are they into the same shit as you were?
Nah, my family's actually Mormon, so I'm like very separated from that. But yeah, they still respect it though. So.
What do you think heaven looks like? If you were to go right now and God decided like it's yours, do what you want. You have the creative control to change whatever the fuck you want.
I'm just like now. It's crazy. I don't even know. Like my human brain literally could not comprehend having that much power. It's like one of those things where you'd be like, oh, I'd use it for good, but it's like eventually you'd probably end up using it for some fucked up shit. It's like I feel like it's just like inevitable if you like if it's like just me, like I'm not like actually like crazy enlightened or like my but my cognitive abilities are like still the same, it's like I'm definitely gonna eventually end up using it just for like some weird like just fucked up shit.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I guess it's impossible to comprehend because I feel like if you are a god, your mind wouldn't work the same. It just wouldn't even be comprehensible.
Do you think billionaires are villains, like Mark Zuckerberg, all them niggas? Like I feel like when you get to a certain amount of money, like you have everything that you want.
You hoard it all.
Well, I mean, like I just feel like most
Yeah.
people, like I don't know, you know Jeffrey Epstein, right? Like there's so many people that was on his flight log, Ellen DeGeneres, Chris Tucker, Pharrell Williams, like, all these people. But it's like I feel like a lot of if you're a billionaire, like what do you do? Are you sex trafficking?
Here's the thing, it's like not all of them are like that. The only thing is, it's just like having that amount, it's like the same thing we were talking about with the God stuff. It's like when you have that much power, it automatically attracts like certain individuals. So it's like a lot of billionaires are like very like philanthropic, like they help a lot of people. But then it's like those same types of people, there's like a flip side of it where it's like people that just like to do like completely immoral stuff and like they just love power. It's like CEOs, it's like corporate executives, it's like police officers, and like people in the military. Like there's like certain professions where it's like the highest level of like psychopathic behavior, and like antisocial behavior, like genuine like immoral type of stuff. It's like it attracts that type of stuff. It's like it attracts those people. So it's like they're not all like horrible. Like I don't want to like demonize rich people, but there's definitely like a weird thing where it's like you have to look at like why do you want that much power, and it's like some people want that much power because they want the ability to do good, but some people see that power and they're also like I can get away with a lot of shit that I wouldn't be able to get away with. So it's like very like individual based, you know.
Yeah. Do you think I heard like the dollar is decreasing in value? So what do you think about cryptocurrency and shit? Like, do you think that's going to be the new currency?
Oh yeah.
I'll be going to gas station and they'll say like you can invest in Bitcoin and all this shit. Like I'll be seeing the Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's you want. I've been hogging it. You want it?
I mean, it is a definitely interesting thing because it's like cryptocurrency is just most of the time just switch right back to the dollar. Like it's not actually.
Yeah, it's like
like if you're paying in Bitcoin, most of the time it immediately gets transferred to a dollar when it enters the account. So I don't know. I'm assuming it does have some sort of long-term thing, but I don't know. I think it's like similar to NFTs in a way too. It's like very trendy. Like it comes and it goes in waves, you know. But yeah, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I think it's probably definitely it's like almost inevitably the future. It's like having money like in like a cloud type of thing. It's like not physical that you don't have to keep up with. But the only thing is like it's eventually gonna get like federally like regulated, and it's just gonna become like the new like fiat currency. It's like people being like, oh, cryptocurrency is like never gonna be like a thing. That's like people like 1,000 years ago being like, oh, the U.S. like not the U.S. dollar, but like paper money's never gonna be a thing. It's all about gold. It's like there's always gonna be like some like weird like change in fiat currency. It's just kind of like I can't think of the word right now, but it's like it just doesn't really matter. It's like there's no point in like fighting that change. It's like it's eventually gonna be the next big thing. So
You guys seen Saw? The movie?
nah, but like I know enough about it. To talk
Yeah,
about
so
it.
basically like, what would you do if you was in a situation like if you were like if your foot was handcuffed to a foot? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I don't know if you've seen it, but like them niggas was like they had to handsaw all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they had to do through all these puzzles and shit. So what would you do? Like, would you help yourself or would you kill LOL Jamie
Oh,
to
fuck,
get yourself
man.
out that situation?
I mean, I say hopefully I'd cut my foot off, like with the handsaw. Like, man, I don't. That's an insane scenario to be in.
Nah, yeah, that shit would be tough. I'm not. It's like one of those things. It's like the purge shit. It's like you don't know what the fuck you.
Whenever you're in the situation, it's completely different than.
Like, is it like a random person or is it like a person like I know?
You know, like
Yeah,
both of you guys.
I mean, like obviously, like you want to be like, oh, I'd cut my own foot off, but it's like, how many people are actually gonna cut their foot off if it comes down to it? Like, I'm not saying I would. I'm not saying I don't know what the fuck I'd do, but like, I feel like a lot of people they'd be like, oh, I'd cut my foot off, and then they definitely kill their friend.
Yeah, they would kill their friend. Yeah.
Like they wouldn't even have to think about it.
What happened if one day someone tried to threaten you, right? but in your family, they're like, yeah, if you don't do this thing, if you don't pick up this child, if you don't kidnap Matthew from the kindergarten in Marietta, right? It's like, yeah, if you don't kidnap this kid, I'm gonna kill your whole fucking family.
I mean, shit.
You seen Black Mirror, right? Somebody on some Black Mirror type.
Oh yeah,
Like if you had no
we were
choice,
just
like,
talking about that episode too.
If you don't kidnap that kid, I'm gonna kill your family.
I mean, shit. Well, I'll say this: the Black Mirror nigga, he was into some weird stuff, and that's how he got into
Yeah,
the
like
situation.
there's
It's
Black
like,
Mirror.
you shouldn't.
Oh, was the episode in UK?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like he had to do some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, he had
And
to
at
do
the end,
he had to
exposed
rob
his
a-
ass.
Yeah, they exposed him anyway.
Exactly.
I mean, shoot. I mean, if it comes down to like an innocent person or my family, I mean, technically speaking, it's like it's like another one of those things
Well,
that
it's
you
like
don't know.
most of the time someone's threatening your family is like bullshit, right? It's like
Yeah,
it's
so like, am I allowed to call the bluff? Like, could I just be like, oh, I guess let me kill your family, and then that kind of like answers the question.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Like, how did I get here? Like, was I doing weird shit, or did they just find me?
Shit, bro. I mean, fuck. I think it's found you, bro.
Okay, shit. Honestly, I'd have to say my family, because it's like, ultimately, this is like my problem to deal with. So it's like, I'm not gonna involve like an innocent person who has like nothing to do. I mean, my family doesn't have anything to do with it either, I guess. I don't know, because technically everybody in the situation is innocent. So I guess I'd go with the kid, because it's less people. It's like you got like,
Yeah, you can like treat the kid with respect. You can, like buy him some food. Like,
yeah, it's like less people overall. It's like, because everybody's innocent, so everybody's equal in the scenario, right?
how long do you have to have the kid kidnapped?
Oh, fuck, you know what I just
Oh, no,
realized?
the thing is, like, you gotta drop them off somewhere.
You know what I just realized? It's a kid though. Everybody in my family's old, or like older, so they've got like a lot of life lived. So it's like, I'm not gonna ruin this kid's life. I'm not gonna ruin the
So
rest
you
of
gonna
this
let
kid's
them die?
life.
You gonna let the family die?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, because it's like it's a lose-lose situation. You can't like. There's no winning.
I have kids in my family, so it's like
Shit,
then
yeah.
it's even more complicated.
Is it like my whole? Like, is it just like my mom and dad? Or is it like my whole
Family, your whole thing. You're gonna cut them off. Your whole bloodline, bro. It's gonna be you. All. No more.
Oh man.
That's a trick question because we're all related. So you have to kill yourself. You know? Yeah. So I would trick the hacker like that. I'd give him like I'd give him like an offer he can't refuse. I'd like give him a counter.
If you guys
I try to
could
play
produce
riddles with the nigga.
a Black Mirror show, or like just like a whole season, what would it be about? It's like what's it called? Anthology?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been getting really into like cyberpunk stuff, so I'd probably make it about like some type of dystopian world where everybody's on their phones and people do what they don't like to do. It's like really unrealistic and like not like how the world is right now. But it's like
The first episode of Black Mirror.
yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. It's like basically Black Mirror is kind of real, but it's just like cyberpunk shit is real. It's like we do live in a society where like you kind of just fed things and people don't really have like a lot of critical thinking skills, and it's like why the medium is like kind of dead, because like a lot of this shit is like just actually shooting out. It's like not literally speaking, but like figuratively. So like I don't know, but Black Mirror is like a pretty good show. I fuck with Black Mirror.
It's really good.
Would you guys drown a cat for 6 figures, $100,000?
No, nah.
Even if you're like in debt, right? If you're in college debt, or if like you have bills tomorrow, like if you don't pay it, you're about to get evicted.
No, I love cats. I'll figure out some place to live. I
You
live
got
on
to, bro. This is $100,000. You got nothing else in your wallet. You got no way home. This $100,000, it could change your life.
You
Take
want
the
me?
cat.
You want me to kill the cat? Like you're like trying to get me to kill the cat, bro.
It's $100,000. Take it. It's my
What's
bag.
your religious beliefs? Both of you guys.
I don't really have any.
What happens after death?
What happens?
We had.
Yeah, you go back to the source, man.
Yeah,
I don't know. You probably just have to do all this.
We're in
shit
a
over
game.
again. Yeah.
Reincarnation. I feel like
Simulation.
if you find your purpose, you don't have to worry about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I mean, like,
Yeah,
what do you think your past life was? What do you think you was doing?
As everybody.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, you were everybody.
There's,
I think everything.
Anne Frank.
Yeah.
What would you do if you was Anne Frank?
If I were Anne Frank,
Hiding in the closet and shit.
I mean, shit. I
And
guess I would,
I'm looking for it.
I would do like whatever Anne Frank was doing.
Yeah,
It's like
it already like if you live everybody's life,
Mm.
then I mean you just do whatever Anne Frank did. Because
Yeah.
you were Anne Frank.
Like if everything happened the exact same way, it's like there's no changes like in like the events that occur. Like literally if everything was like the exact same. Like you literally only could do what Anne Frank did because it's like you are Anne Frank at that point. It's like there's no more you. It's like you can't like hop into Anne Frank's body and be like, oh, I'm gonna like get a gun, I'm gonna fight the Nazis. It's like it's not really how that works. It's like you kind of have to like be Anne Frank. Like you're like hardcore role playing Anne Frank.
Yeah, because you're like if you're a product of your environment, right, and everything happens in you know whenever you grow up a certain way, it's like then you're gonna end up as Anne Frank if you live the way that Anne Frank was. So
What's your favorite era
Right now.
right now?
Yeah. I mean it's the only one I know.
Like,
It's like it's the only one like I really know.
As far as art, music,
Oh.
clothes, everything, like TV shows, cartoons. I mean, like you know, Life of iCarly. Oh, not Life of iCarly, but iCarly. Like,
Yeah.
Life after, like shit, like movies, music. It kind of just, cause you know, like 2007 around that time, everyone had their own style, their own sound and music. You know what I'm saying? Like anyone, Ludacris, Missy Elliott, they had their own shit going on. You know, but now it's like everyone sounds the same. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being inspired by somebody, cause like there's like 1,001 Thugs. There's nothing wrong with being inspired by somebody. Like,
Yeah.
everyone sounds the same. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I feel like it's very hard for niggas to get their own sound. You know, like it's going. I feel like it's gonna be hard to be like find another Tyler Creator, Pharrell Williams. You know, to see the shit they do, because like no one can really do the shit they do. You know what I'm saying?
They're out there. They just gotta work.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't like if someone. This is kind of like a bullshit answer. I'm not gonna lie, it's a cop out. But like, I really wouldn't choose to live in any other time but now. It's like I really feel like my point in life is to be here at this very moment with you and you and you. So it's like I wouldn't choose to do anything else. You know.
You think the world is getting better or worse?
I don't know. It kind of depends. It's like there's like a bit of a nuance to that. It's like it's better and worse in certain aspects. It's like I think certain people like quality of life for most people has probably improved a lot, but then there's also like a lot of other things that haven't improved. Like general like health markers are down, people's like happiness is down. So like I don't know. There's like I forget where I heard about this, but there's like always like a thing. And it's like every generation thinks that like this is like the worst time to be alive. So I don't know. She can always get a lot worse, but she can always get a lot better too. Like, that is like a relative thing. What do you think?
yeah, no, I mean, again, I think everything just comes in waves. You know, it's like I wouldn't want to live 100 years ago because you know shit was probably really uncomfortable. But in 100 years, they're probably gonna look back at this and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like that shit was real uncomfortable. Like it's just gonna keep going and everything's gonna get more convenient and more convenient.
Yeah, there's always gonna be like changes in moral standards and shit. It's like there's definitely like tons of stuff that we're doing right now that like people in like 100 years are gonna look back and be like, how the fuck did they like let all this stuff happen and like not do anything about it? It's like, yeah. So I'll probably just like keep my little goggles on where I can't see anything. It's like I just think everything is normal. I stay here.
If you had a choice to be immortal, would you be immortal? Like a vampire type shit. What about you?
That sounds awful. I wouldn't want to live. Like the thought of like infinity is terrifying. It's just too much.
Yeah.
Or what about to add like extra 20 years?
Oh, 20 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're 64. Like you're supposed to die at
I'll
60.
add like, I'll go farther. I would add like max 100. I feel like,
I feel like it depends if you can walk. Like, can you like still like
yeah, is
go
my
for a
body
run?
still
I
healthy?
mean, hey, it's up to you. You are what you eat.
That's true.
So like, if my body is still healthy, I would add like maybe like another like 50 to 100. But I'd be cool with whatever I get, cause you know it's like whatever I'm meant to get is whatever I'm meant to get. You know?
Speaking of that, how do you stay in a good mental state? Like with all the shit going on, like y'all guys make music. There's people that don't like your music. There's people that's like want to see you know, bad. You know, they wait on your downfall. So like, how do you stay up in a good?
Well, here's the thing, man. Oh,
You gotta work
you-
out. You gotta lift weights.
Yeah, healthy body, healthy mind. It's like if everything else, like if your body, like your actual physical avatar is like set, it's like you're able to better handle problems and stress. You're like more comfortable with yourself, and it's like you're able to do things more efficiently. That's one thing. meditation is very good. It's like people's attention spans are very like all over the place. It's like meditating and reading help a lot because it's like they kind of reset your brain and like they kind of teach you to focus on linear tasks for longer, not focus on things for longer. That's really good.
How good are you with meditation? Are you familiar with visualized meditation?
Nah, yeah, I've had closed eye visual stuff before.
Because like they say like if you're really good, you get good at the visualize, you can like touch things and shit. Basically like a lucid dream.
Yeah, no, I've heard about people. I've known people that like have astral projected and stuff. I've never done it. I don't even know if I want to. It sounds kind of scary. But like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure I would try it. Like I would, but it's like it takes a lot of practice to do.
I don't think I'm surprised to be honest with you.
I mean, shit, I would get into it. No, man, meditating is fucking
shit.
cool. Like I've been like really getting into it. Like I try to do it like at least like I do it like a little bit before I go to bed, and then I do it like kind of when I first wake up.
But you know, you have a dream journal.
I do. Yeah.
What about you?
It's funny that you mentioned that.
Yeah,
I do not have a dream journal.
You remember the last dream you had?
No. But I do have extremely vivid dreams though, a lot of the times.
Because you know they say the more you write down your dreams, the more you can remember. The more you remember,
Yeah.
you could be more lucid.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's the first lucid dream.
And if
I
you
had.
get good at lucid dreaming, you can just actually project.
Yeah. Maybe I need to get back into it. I was into it for a while and I stopped doing it. Maybe I
It
need
just
to.
takes practice. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's kind of like with meditation, because you know you just gotta calm down your thoughts, because your mind is very noisy.
Yeah, it's
And,
just a
your
skill
mind
you
doesn't like to be
practice.
quiet. You know what I'm saying?
Got that.
You had sleep paralysis before? What about you?
That's one reason I don't want to get into it because that shit's scary.
I've never-
And that's the. I mean, yeah. Usually people can get astral projection from sleep paralysis, because you know your body is still. It's what's the word?
Your body's still like up, but your mind, like your body isn't up, but your mind is. type of
Yeah,
shit.
and you know niggas they see like shadows. And
That's the it's like
it's
sleep
because
paralysis.
you're in between dimensions, and you know
Makes
your body
sense.
vibrates and shit.
Sleep paralysis isn't scary. The shit that's scary is like the stuff where it's like the lady sitting on your chest and like seeing stuff that kind of freaks me out. I'd be cool with just like kind of being chill and like kind of being hard, like it's like hard to breathe, but like if I'm like
That's because like alpha beta, that's different states of breathing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Different patterns of sleep. Because the slower you breathe, the deeper you get into like meditation or whatever.
that is true. Yeah, your heart rate slows down a lot.
Yeah. So it's good. Do you what do you think of when
When I'm like working out,
like what do you listen to? Like what's your motivation?
kind of depends. I listen to like a lot of music. I don't listen to my music like at all.
Really?
I listen to like other people's stuff.
Do you get tired? Because I mean, do you guys both mix and master y'all shit?
So far I've mixed like most of my stuff.
Yeah.
He's more into mixing.
Do you guys get tired of hearing y'all shit?
Oh hell
Because you
yeah.
gotta keep going back.
You gotta take like breaks because you'll start hearing like things that don't really matter if you're listening to it over and over again. So if you take like a week break and then come back, you'll be like, oh shit, like this sounds fine.
Yeah,
What was
good
I
is
hearing
always
about?
better than perfect. So it's like you kind of have to like learn when to shut the fuck up and just put the shit out sometimes. It's like stop overthinking stuff so much and just like put it out.
So say if you took a time machine and you knew that the incident with the Titanic happens, like say if you couldn't prevent it, would you let it happen or would you just?
Yeah, I'd let it happen because it has to happen. It's like one of those things where it's like if it didn't happen, there's like a billion other things that wouldn't have happened or did happen, and it's like it wouldn't result in us being right here. So yeah, probably.
You think society will be more advanced? Like, you think it'll be like some Futurama type shit, flying cars, aliens, and shit?
Eventually, yeah. I mean, it kind of depends. 'Cause, like,
I feel like in another life, to be honest with you, because I mean the way I don't know how humans will react. Like I think that will question a lot of people's beliefs and all this other bullshit. You know? But I
oh
think
yeah,
kinda-
no, it definitely would. It would make people like a lot more secular. But like, shit, that could probably be good. It might be what some people need, but like, I don't know. Flying cars are kind of weird because like niggas can't drive terrestrial cars. I don't trust niggas to fucking pilot like planes and shit. So
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be flying cars as much as just teleportation.
yeah, teleportation is the new
Yeah.
flying cars.
Would you have a doppelganger?
Would I? Like, would I? Nah, it's good.
No phone. Like
Honestly,
say-
hold up.
Probably have.
Oh, no,
all
that's
of
a-
us have a doppelganger, right? Like, I'm pretty sure everybody has some jokes.
I don't know.
Alien shit.
The thing is, I just thought about it because I was like, oh, I would just make him like do my schoolwork and stuff. But then it's like, that's kind of crazy because that's like actually immoral. because that's still you. That's like a you that you're like forcing into slavery. So it's like, nah, yeah, I can't. I wouldn't do that. I don't know if I would do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was like, I'll just make that nigga do my work. But it's like, that's me. And it's like, I don't want to do that shit. So,
What Star Wars character would you be? If you could
Star
be
Wars character? I really like Mace Windu. He's got the purple lightsaber.
And would you be a Jedi or would you be the dark side?
I'd be a Jedi. I'd be a Jedi.
Wait, are aliens real?
Yes.
yeah, probably.
Yes.
Are you an alien?
Shit, I don't know, maybe.
I mean, to another alien.
Yeah, alien is
So
relative.
we're aliens too.
Alien just means like unfamiliar, you know. I'm unfamiliar to a lot of
Beliefs
people.
on aliens.
I think they're real. I think like they probably exist. I don't know if they've like contacted people. Maybe they have. Maybe they haven't. They haven't contacted me.
Do you think the iPhone is extraterrestrial, such as like touchscreen? Where do you think that comes from? The technology that we have, the touchscreen, the fucking lasers, and all this other bullshit. Autopilot. Where does that come from? You think a genius just came up with that?
I don't know. It's like stuff like that. When you like boil it down, it's like the atoms of like technology is just like ones and zeros. So it's like if you boil it down, it's all technically ones and zeros. Like someone could look at like the same thing and be like, how did someone create like this person? It was like all these like functioning things and like a whole like ecosystem going on. There's like 80 billion like bacteria living in like on all of us times like infinity. It's like something could like look at that and be like, oh, you think someone just like made that? It's like, yeah, probably.
What would you do if you guys had the ability to shrink into an ant? Basically like Ant-Man type shit. What would you do with that type of power?
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. I don't know. I don't know like practically what I would do with it. I'd probably just like fuck. I'd probably just like fuck around and just like I don't even know. Like prank people.
Yeah.
yeah. We were on two different
You
fucking
probably go
wavelengths.
inside of an atom. Atom inside.
I mean, I don't know. Can I grow big too? Because Ant-Man can like he can grow. Yeah. So I can grow big. I don't know. I'd be like a couple inches.
But I wonder if you grew too big, would you suffocate? Like if you were
probably.
Probably
Yeah, 'cause you can't
destroy the
breathe.
planet, right? Like,
She.
if you grew too big, it would like fuck up the gravitational fields and shit, and then all of a sudden the Earth just goes into the
Oh shit!
sun.
I didn't think about that. No, I would. I'd use it to just like grow like an inch or two, and I just keep it there. I don't need that much.
What's your favorite anime right now?
Chainsaw Man.
You into anime?
Yeah, I actually haven't watched anything for a while, but I'm in the process of Hunter.
So you said you're an artist, right? So like, you guys freestyle or you all write most of the time?
I usually punch it.
Yeah, I don't really write anything. I just kind of like punch in. It's like premeditated. Like I think about what I'm gonna say. It's not like improvised, but I don't like write it. So,
How do you make beats? Like, do you do the hi-hats, the drums first?
so first, it's like I try to like think about generally what I want to do. It's like what type of mood am I in? Like what do I want to like make? And so from then, I'll pick like a what do you call it? Like a plug-in or something, and I'll just like kind of hit like random chords and fifths until I hear something that I like. And then once I hear like that first thing, I can kind of like piece together like everything else that's gonna go in there. So I start with the melody.
I start with the bass notes of the melody because I feel like that's the whole feeling of the song is the bass notes, because then you put the 808 over that and that's really what's hitting, what people are listening to a lot of the times.
What are you influenced by? What makes you want to? You're like, oh shit, that's cool. I want to do like you say you want to do electronic and like just combine it and shit. But like, what makes you want to do that shit?
Honestly, just life and just being happy and like I don't know, hearing other people be happy and like experiencing other forms of creativity and just like generally just like being grateful to be alive just kind of makes me just not like it's like you have this gift that you're given. It's like you don't know why you have it. You didn't ask for it. It's like why would I not do something that I want to do?
Yo, what are the biggest art forms to you? Like, what speaks the most to other people?
Probably like music and music is probably like the biggest one. Music like really touches a lot of people. I don't know, music and maybe like writing or something like that.
What about the traditional type of art, like painting, color pencil, drawing?
Like visual art. Visual art is really cool. I really like it. It is kind of like it's like kind of sucks because it's like become like very trivialized. Like I feel like a lot of people don't like respect it as like a medium anymore. It's like very like oh like I just like draw pictures and it's like that's kind of like not a lot of people like really appreciate visual artists anymore.
Do you draw pictures?
I mean, not really. I'm pretty bad at drawing, so.
What about you?
I don't usually draw. I do mess around with Photoshop quite a bit. I do a lot of like, digital type of stuff.
Well, digital art is still like a form of the most traditional art. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you work towards, like for companies?
Well, I've done a lot of different cover arts for people, and I do my own cover arts, and that's what I really enjoy doing.
I feel like you'd be interested in doing like pop, indie shit. Or are you more just interested in doing like rap, trap?
I actually make hyperpop. A lot of my songs are hyperpop, yeah. But
Yeah, I know like LOJ got
yeah.
Yeah, we got a few songs we're working on
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
no, yeah, we got one coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, this shit's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it goes pretty
Are you
fast.
guys solo or are y'all guys in a group?
No, we're all solos.
Have you guys thought about doing like a band or some shit?
I mean, I can't speak for him, but
I've definitely like thought it'd be interesting. I don't think it's for me though personally.
You like Big Lovato?
Sunny with the Chance is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about the shit on the radio? Like, say if you could put your own, like, if you had your own radio station besides your music, because I know y'all would put that shit on the radio. But what else? And your friends, because I know y'all put y'all niggas on.
What I put on
else?
the radio?
Yeah, what you have on the radio?
I put like a lot of, I put like a lot of King Crimson songs on there. I put like a lot of old Thug songs, a lot of old Future songs. I don't know. It's like generally shit I listen to, I guess.
Yeah, I would just put my liked songs playlist on.
Yeah, that's the radio now. That's what y'all. That's the only radio station too.
You think you gotta be cautious when you talk about your music?
Oh,
You
hell
see the
yeah.
shit that's going on with Young Thug. Like now the nigga got RICO charges, you know, or like Lil Peep. You know, he talks about overdosing on drugs and dying. You think there's power in the tongue? Like,
Well, I mean, that's because like that's the lifestyle these people live. It's like when you actually do the things you rap about, it's like it's just kind of the reality of it. It's like when you're not faking your persona to like be something you're not. It's like you can't really be surprised when it's like, oh shit, like these people actually live like this. It's like I feel like that's like it says like a lot about how people view music. That people are like surprised when people like actually are the way that they talk about in their music. It's like they're expecting it to be fake. It's like they're expecting it to not be genuine because that's just what they're conditioned. It's like music is like very like trivial to a lot of people. It's like they put it on in the background and that's it. It's like they don't actually think about like this is like a real nigga. This is a real person who actually lives like this. Who's like just talking about their life. So it's like I can't be
so
surprised.
with you guys, do you try to put like fantasy into your music, or is all of that shit actually y'all? Like, is it about your life? Like, is like when you punch in like in the booth,
Yeah.
are you talking about shit that is your day or what you ate yesterday?
I would say a lot of it is pretty. It's not yeah. It's like what I'm going through, you know. It's because a lot of my music is about love, and that's like the main idea.
Is it more like everything about it? The dark?
Like, all the different experiences.
Dark,
Yeah. I don't really talk about like lean or anything like that because I don't do lean. So I feel like what you were talking about earlier. I feel like it can also go the other way around. You could start talking about fantasy things, and then that's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you start doing it. So that's also not a good thing, I don't think. But yeah.
Oh yeah, my music is like a report on life. So it's like if I talk about something, it's something I actually did, or it's like something I'm actually working on, or it's like it's real. Like I try to like have as few like filler, like non-important bars in my music. When I like first started, I had like a lot of that type of shit because I was like basically trying to make like shitty Juice WRLD songs. So like I was like just talking about shit like I wasn't really doing, and just like it's like part of the reason I can't listen to my old music anymore because like it's not real. It's like I learned a lot from it, like how to make music, but I didn't learn how to like be me until like relatively recently.
I know you said when I met you at Midnight Punks, you said you took a break from music. Was it because of like personal problems?
Yeah, kind of. It was like I was kind of like in a weird spot in life. I didn't know like what exactly I wanted to do, and I was like, do I want to pursue music, or do I just kind of want to like go to school and not really? Because I had like a mindset where it's just like, oh, I'm just like doing this for fun. Like if it works out, it works out. But I didn't like take it seriously, and it's like basically I had like a big like epiphany, like a big like oh shit during like the quarantine. Because it's like I had so much free time that it's like fuck it, it's like I might as well do something with it. And then like I got back into it, it's like a hobby, but then I started like getting like actually back into it and I figured I discovered it's like, oh no, this is like what I want to do. Like this is like what I want to pursue. Like this is like my thing. You know? And it's like I feel like I knew that already. It's like I knew it already but I didn't want to like actually do it. Like I wasn't like ready for like what that entailed necessarily.
So I know you're in school you go to?
I go to KSU.
Yeah, KSU. So are you ever afraid of getting comfortable? Like just forgetting about music and just sticking into
Oh, hell no, because I don't fucking care about that. Like, this is, like, I look at that the same way people look at, like, a job. Like, I just go there, I clock in, I clock out. I'm going to do the best job I can. Like, I'm not going to, like, fuck shit up. I'm not going to, like, be a dickhead at work. I'm going to do the best job I can while I'm there. But it's like, once I'm off the clock, I'm off the clock. It's like, I'm going to do what I got to do to get my job done. And then whatever time I got left with the day is on me. So.
Do you like do you learn anything? Like do you get anything from school or do you think it's all bullshit? Like you're not gonna use it?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. School is kind of like not really a big, like the Western education system is not really a thing I'm like a big fan of. But like, you definitely can learn a lot from it if you use it to like its utmost potential. But I feel like a lot of people kind of don't because it's like the education system isn't really like designed to teach people things. It's like designed to just kind of like make people better, like complying and like listening to rules and like it's just kind of like teaching them how to like be good at like random skills. So it's like they're not really like churning out like actual like critical thinkers a lot of times. But like you could, I mean like if you take certain courses or like take certain career paths, yeah. I mean,
you guys got a show 14th, right? November 4th. Yeah, 4th. Yeah, 4th. Yeah, it's gonna be lit.
She's gonna be wild.
You guys, how'd you guys meet Shiloh and Cujo?
Oh man.
Okay, so he knows Cujo through me, basically, or like Ben. Ben. Yeah, fuck. Sorry, bro.
Fly.
Shout out Fly.
Yeah,
But I was like, so I went to middle school with this guy named Miles, and then when I started making music, Miles like slid up on my story and he was like, oh, this shit's hard, yada yada yada. And then he was talking about like, oh, this is guy in my school that makes music, and I think he would fuck with him. And that was Cujo, not Cujo. Yeah, it's Cujo. And so, yeah, and that's just how we met. And then ever since then, we just.
Yeah, because I lived in Missouri and I met Fly at church, and he moved out here because he had to, because something with the job thing. And so then we started talking about music a couple years later after he had moved, and he put me on Jamie and Cujo, and so then I moved here from that, and then we all just started talking.
You guys sample a lot, or y'all do?
Sampling is weird. It gets legally tricky, so I don't like doing it.
It's definitely fun. It's enjoyable, but yeah, a lot of things you can't really actually use if you're sampling.
Are you guys influenced by Marvin Gaye, any old shit, Rick James, Michael Jackson?
I do like Marvin Gaye. I like, I forget what album it's called. I'll look it up. But I am influenced by Rick James a lot. Not necessarily musically, but like just like
His style,
the persona. Yeah, like just like being like a weird ass nigga who just like does what the fuck he wants and like has like crazy hair. It's just pretty cool. What album is that? It's like Marvin Gaye.
What about you? Would you grow up listening to as a kid?
What's going on?
Oh, a lot of Metallica. My dad would always play stuff like that, like System of a Down, something called POD.
Did your dad listen to any of like NWA, Ice Cube?
At times, but that wasn't like the main thing that he was playing in the car. Yeah, it's mostly rock.
you play guitar?
I don't play guitar, but I would definitely like to. I think it's very useful to know how to play instruments.
What are some of your favorite VSTs?
VSTs, Electra X. Electra X is so.
Electra X is really good.
I fuck with Electra X.
Serum is really good. A lot of the Roland SRX plugins, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out all, like not even VST, shout out like the analog stuff, like the old school shit. Shout out Mike Dean.
Shout out Mike Dean.
Shout out Mike Dean.
Crazy. If you could produce for anyone, who would you produce?
Probably Cardi, I guess.
I mean, I'd say Juice, but that's like my main inspiration.
You too?
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, Juice WRLD was a huge inspiration. Juice WRLD is like basically the reason I started making, not like the reason I started, but like he was definitely my biggest influence like when I first started. So like, Juice WRLD always got like a spot in my heart. Shout out Juice WRLD.
What's your favorite albums in order? Like,
You want to go first? Or you want me to give it?
Just albums like in general.
mixtapes or albums? It doesn't matter.
Like a top 3, top 5.
Oh man, yeah, I don't have to think about that for a second.
Okay, top 3. Rodeo, Travis. This is in no particular order because these are all equally good. So it's like Rodeo, Travis Scott, Jesus, Kanye, and then E by Echo 2K. They're like probably my 3. And then like honestly, it's like E and Whole Lotta Red could go back and forth. So
Okay. So yeah, number 1 for me would probably be Death Race for Love. Number 2, probably Die Lit. And number 3, I don't know. I don't know my number 3 would be. Those 2 are definitely my top 2.
Did you like Spider by Blade?
oh yeah, Spider's hard. I love that.
It's really good.
Yeah, honorable mention the fucking 333, and then honorable mention the Verse the World too. Those are also really good.
You know about Young Lee?
Hell yeah.
Sad Boys? You know Wosa, the producer?
Wait,